the private fleets are on the rise, and PGT has made a substantial investment into growing its fleet. We just ordered 200 new tractors and 400 new trailers. So we are going to continue to grow and looking to find places for those, looking to find homes for those trucks and trailers. So, we're going to see a jump in private fleets.
Welcome to Moving Freight, the PGT Solutions podcast brought to you by PGT Trucking. I'm your host today, Bill Hershey, and with me is fan favorite John Riley, PGT's dedicated solutions specialist. This series explores the many transportation solutions that PGT Trucking has to offer. Today is all about PGT's dedicated solutions program. Whether you need one truck or 100 trucks, find out how PGT dedicated solutions can work for you. John, let's jump right into this. Are you ready?
Yeah, appreciate you having me on today, Bill. Thank you.
My pleasure, John. First of all, why don't we tell the fans what is a dedicated fleet solution?
Well, Bill, a dedicated fleet solution is just a fleet of trucks that is exclusively for the customer. This could be any type of fleet size, whether you have one truck, 10 trucks, or 100. It does not matter. That is the definition of what a dedicated fleet is.
So these trucks would be for the exclusive use of one particular customer, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Absolutely. So tell me, John, why would a customer want a dedicated fleet?
So part of the reason is they have high service expectations. They require trucks to be on site for pickups at certain times. They need that reliability to operate their business at its highest function. Some customers have unique commodities that they haul that a lot of trucking companies aren't used to hauling. And you can't rely on the spot market or other trucking companies to cover those. Also, unique equipment requirements. So it could be you have tall freight that needs to be on a step deck, open flat decks, side kits, dump trailers, reefers, drive ends, you name it. Again, you're playing around with companies that may not have those certain requirements to haul that. Also, unique shipping and operating hours. Some places may not load their trucks until midnight. Some may only load from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. It's all customized to the customer. However they operate their business, that's what we're here to guarantee happens.
Excellent, John. So tell me, what if you're a customer that's already operating your own private fleet? Why would they maybe want to get out of that business and come to someone like PGT to provide them with a dedicated fleet?
That's a great question, Bill. I think in this market, it's hard to find quality drivers to hire. That's a huge issue. So right now, just taking that recruiting aspect out of the customer's hands and solely putting it on PGT or any trucking company. So it also reduces liability. So these companies have to insure their own equipment, and this time of year, it's winter time. I think we'll have an ice storm coming across the country, so this is going to help take that liability away from any unfortunate events that occur over the road. It also reduces their assets, so they're paying money on assets, depreciation, and that solely comes back to us. So, we're providing the truck. And also, I think the main purpose is it helps them focus on their core business. They're there to operate their business, not worry about the transportation. So we take that full responsibility on.
Absolutely. It's a full-time job running a trucking company, as we well know. I wouldn't want to have to run a trucking company and be in some other business at the same time. So thank you, John. Appreciate that. So tell me, what does PGT Trucking provide a dedicated customer?
So it provides a solution-based approach at solving problems. Again, I keep mentioning it being customized. So this is all customized to what are the pain points for the customer. We also provide qualified drivers. So our drivers go through an extensive training period, and sometimes we'll bring drivers on specifically to for a certain customer. So they go through even more extensive training on what they'll be hauling for this dedicated fleet application. So that way, whenever they're ready to hit the road, it eliminates as many hiccups as humanly possible. We also have late model equipment. What that means is we have the newest of the new. We keep our equipment fresh. Every 3 years, we're replenishing the fleet with new equipment and taking out the old units. This is going to allow for less breakdowns, and they're all maintained by our in-house maintenance department.
Maximize the uptime for the customer. Right?
That is correct. Yes.
Absolutely.
We also have safety managers. Work 24 hours around the clock. They're there to answer phones for anything that the customer may have or that our drivers may be seeing on the road. They also will go out on site and do in-person cargo securement with our drivers. They're, like I said, they're there around the clock to ensure that the product is getting secured properly, hauled properly, delivered properly, just eliminating any issues that may occur there.
Fantastic. How about on-site management, John? Does PGT offer that service? If a customer wants to, say, expand their logistics department, would we put people on site for them to help them?
Absolutely. Yeah, no issue doing that. Done it before, willing to do it again.
Excellent. And you talked about some of the equipment, John. Let's explore that. Can you explore some of the technology that's in some of these trucks that help our customers?
Absolutely. So we have GPS tracking on all of our tractors and trailers. This will give the customer real-life data, real-time updates on when they can expect their shipments to be arriving at the receiver. We also have in-cab cameras that face outward. This kind of helps us see what's going on the road. Again, another thing that helps liability as well. Again, for those those unfortunate events that may occur out on the road. So that is something that our equipment has, and we're kind of taking a step forward to guarantee more efficient results.
So tell me, John, when you're talking about sizing a dedicated fleet for a customer, what goes into that thought process of how many trucks you should commit to a customer for their needs?
Bill, great question. So we're here to maximize efficiency. Too big of a fleet is going to be a negative impact for the customer. So you always want to end up on the light side. That way we could always add more trucks to the fleet further down the road. And we also supplement non-dedicated trucks in as well. So for any additional freight that the customer may have, we're there to offer it at a discounted rate as well, just based off of our contract that we have in place for a dedicated fleet.
All right, so the contract's flexible in the size of the fleet that we can provide them.
Correct, yes.
Wonderful. So what if you're a customer with seasonal needs? For example, spring of the year, you see a lot of building materials, flooding the big box stores. Can you offer a short-term dedicated solution for that type of scenario, John?
Absolutely. Yeah, the name of the game is flexibility. So we're here for any peak season demands. Whenever the customer's done with that truck, it will come back into our fleet, and we're there next year whenever they need it again.
Wonderful. Excellent. So what if you operate a private fleet already? Do you have to wait for your leases to expire or the equipment that you're running to become obsolete before you get out of your own program and do something with PGT? How does that look, John?
That again, not an issue. We assume leases, and we also will buy companies out of their current equipment.
Oh, fantastic. Tell me about the drivers that may be operating for a company in a private fleet capacity. What would happen with the drivers, John?
So I know a lot of companies may be attached to certain employees, that being drivers. We would review them. If they're up to the PGT standard, we would hire them on, and they would continue to run under that dedicated fleet. It would just be in a PGT truck.
Fantastic. So they'd be running the same freight that they had been when they were running for the customer in that private fleet. Now they're just being paid by PGT doing the same thing.
That is correct. Yes, Bill.
Fantastic. So let's talk about drivers. From a driver perspective, what are the benefits to being assigned to a dedicated account?
It's the same as what the customers experience. It's the consistency and reliability. You're consistently showing up to work, having freight, and consistently getting paid each week. And it's just, again, having reliable freight, showing up to work, having a job. A lot of dedicated accounts have local fleets. So these drivers end up getting to go home every night to see their families. So just a huge benefit to them.
Right. And they learn that customer. They know the ins and outs. They get to understand the shippers and the receivers. And really, I think it boosts efficiency of what that fleet can do for the customer.
Correct. It makes them comfortable in an uncomfortable market right now.
Very good. All right, John, let's move on. So what elements are contained in a dedicated contract? If you could explore that for us.
So a lot of dedicated contracts have terms. I know we talked about peak season needs, but most contracts typically run about 3 years. What comes with that is the tractor and the trailer requirements. It'll be a certain number of each. There are accounts that will have drop trailers, and there are some accounts that will just have power only units hauling customer trailers. We see it also that kind of fluctuates. We have a fuel surcharge involved. There will be a weekly rate with mileage requirements and hourly minimums. And then what I think is most impactful is just a quarterly review, just to make sure that everybody's benefiting in this. The customer, our drivers, trucks, our company. So
absolutely, customers' needs change over time. So I agree that quarterly business review is a great time to have, even if things are going great. Still sit down face to face with that customer and understand what may be coming up on the horizon, so that we can be prepared and not be surprised and have to react. So excellent. Thanks, John. So we've talked about a lot. So tell me, what do you see for the future for dedicated fleets at PGT?
Well, the future, so we just, the private fleets are on the rise. And PGT has made a substantial investment into growing its fleet. We just ordered 200 new tractors and 400 new trailers. So we are going to continue to grow and looking to find places for those, looking to find homes for those trucks and trailers. So, we're going to see a jump in private fleets.
So we've covered a lot of information today on what a dedicated fleet is and its benefits. Whether you're new to the concept of a dedicated fleet or are currently operating a private fleet, please take a look at what PGT's dedicated fleet program can offer you. Be sure to visit www.pgttrucking.com or call 1-800-TEAM-PGT. We'll be back soon with more insights, so please stay tuned. Thanks for joining us, John.
Thank you, Bill.
Appreciate your time, and everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you.